Hello everyone, welcome to the game where I do everything wrong. Still don't have my weapon, and I'm doing breaking and entering, I suppose. I'm already entered into here, but we're breaking into where there's a curse. What do we have over here? Kim is just diligently following us around. Ghostly silhouettes of hair dryers. Oh, there's a face over there. A vaguely androgynous portrait of a man. It would be at least a little bit androgynous for you to know that it's a portrait of a man. Isn't androgynous? Doesn't that mean that it's the manly? I don't know what it means. A heavy door with a missing handle stands before you, covered in dozens, if not hundreds, of little oddly shaped trinkets and charms. It appears to be locked. It appears that my pain threshold is also pretty shabby, so I'm gonna knock on the door. Only an echo. No one is there. Yeah, I mean, I guess I could do this. Let's do this. 8%, but I think that was a miss. It sounded like a miss. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, shoot! Whose moronic idea was to just run through the door? Don't you know that things like that hurt? Oh, God. Well, I deserve this. My body deserves to suffer for being this weak and disappointing. Are you alright? Asks Kim. The lieutenant steps closer, his eyes soft and worried. This looked pretty intense and painful. That, I suppose, I must admit. What's going on there? Says Plaisance. An upset, high-pitched voice calls out from the bookstore. Are you really trying to break down the back door? I warn you, don't tempt the spirits, officer. You can hear her take a frightened step backwards. Don't tempt the spirits or you'll damage the holy wards and on the door. It barely looks like you've done any damage to the door, however. It's still locked and closed, covered in dozens of little charms and trinkets. Yeah, I can try that again, I suppose. But I can also go and eat a sandwich, because we didn't do that before. So I can heal whenever I want, and I will do that, actually. Oh, wait, we didn't check the books, did we? I'm so sorry. Huh. A small mountain of colorful board games. There are numerous types of games for all ages. A lot of shelf space seems to be taken up by Wirral-related merchandise. Let's go look through the Wirral-related items. An endless variety of source books, lore books, and codices litter the table. The topmost book is titled Welcome Compendium, second edition. There's also a large hardboard tome with intricate cover art. The Hunters of Katuak, Boreal Creature Compendium, a pick-your-path adventure game book titled Tales of Wirral, Cavern of Velkrag. Books in a board game section? Asks our conceptualization. Who wants to read books? People who play board games. Like, our conceptualization. I will tell you what. Anything that really catches my eye? Let's ask. There's a box that says Wirral, 3rd edition mega setting supplements mode. Supplements, yeah. The side panel notes a fantastic adventure board game. New maps and miniatures. A sticker on it displays 25 real. Yeah, I can't. Storekeep, what board games do you have here? Wonderful board game, sir. The Viticulturalist is a classic for sure, and perhaps you'd like Archipelagos of Insulinde, a very educational game for those interested in geography. Raubritter, sure, is a fun game of economic competition, but can get quite intense after a while. We have games, that's because it's broken and it's not actually anything else apart from a game of chance. Anyway, we have games for the whole family you can play with your children. Who are you going to play board games with? Asks our Inland Empire. That's true. I know. Do you have friends? No. Or family? I mean, they suck. Do I have friends? I'm gonna ask the lieutenant. Are you actually friends? Oh, I'm not gonna ask the lieutenant. I'm gonna look at the lieutenant. And my Inland Empire is gonna say, are you actually friends? Or just colleagues thrown together by circumstances? Yeah, kids. And I don't have I feel as if I have any. I don't feel as if I have any kids, let's say that. Friends are technically like family. She fiddles with her pendant, thinking. For playing with friends, I'd recommend Suzerainty. It's a civilization building game where you build a civilization, then set off to brutally colonize and repress other civilizations. It'll cost you 12 Rahel. Yeah, that's cheaper, but I don't have that kind of money. So what about all these Rahel things? Lousy auras there, she shudders. No role-playing games are popular among those types. You know who are you into? You know who's into those kinds of things? Personally, I don't like it. Not at all. Wait. I'm not really sure. Are we all supposed to be role-playing games, or are they not? I don't know. She says, I've heard they turn people into occult enthusiasts, that they have rituals. Oh yeah, they are supposed to be. I said no role-playing games. No. She says, lousy areas there, no. She says no. Role-playing games are popular among those types, the Viral types. And then she's making a reference about the Satanism scare in the United States. I suppose it might have been elsewhere in the world as well, but back in the 80s when Dungeons and Dragons started being popular. Yeah, that's what she's referring there. That they have rituals where they try to summon entities. Highly immoral stuff. You can still buy them, though. She looks at the table, crossing her arms. I can't, unfortunately. Let's see what I have over here. I can't because I don't have the money. The display rack is brimming with worn paperbacks, featuring an extremely muscular sword-wielding barbarian on the cover. Nearly all the titles contain the word Mdal somewhere. I'm gonna look through the display of books. Rows and rows of Jalmdal. I'm sorry, I can't pronounce that. That feels. I don't know what language that is. Anyway, the rows of it blur my vision. Also the name. You make out some titles. Men from Jalmdal and the Mammoth Riders. Men from Jalmdal return to that. And the solipsistic men from there. And the men from there as well. Good God, how many are there? Maybe 100? Men from there and sages. And the sages at the end of the world. Men from again. And the false god. Men from, that place, and the scorched earth, the colonies, and the swamp beasts, and also the snow crabs. Is that all? No, there's more. There's a lot more, but I'm not going to look at it. I can look at the pain threshold. Do any of these books call out to me? I bet they wouldn't. I can heal, though. I really don't want to. I'll come back and get a heart attack or something. Oh, wait, they're all the same. That's all the same check. Okay, I'll come back for your books and maybe die in the process. Bye. Oh boy, I'm so weak. I'm so weak. Why did I do that to the door? I mean, I guess it was fun. It was good. Failure's good. Especially if the GM knows what they're doing. Anyway, let's see what we have over here. We have more books. A book about the future. The government reads your mind using radio technology. A book about boyadero culture. It promotes freedom and roaming upstream. I don't know what that means. I mean, the roaming upstream, I suppose I do. This book, you don't really understand what it's about, nor does it seem important. It takes willpower to even read the author's name, Jan Kos, from Igaunia. This is a book about pate. Okay, I like pate. On the cover stands a very muscular man surrounded by flames, probably Dragon Ball. This book has a rose, a pistol, and a half-naked dame on its cover. A dame? What kind of officer am I? I do need to go elsewhere, though. Let's see. I pressed M for the map, but that's not a productive thing to do. Zooming out is an interesting experience. Do you see the edges of the screen all weird? Hey, excuse me. Can I get your salsiche? Wait. The spirited chirps and clicks of swallows fill the air. Oh.
It is such a pleasure to see you again, officer. How may I aid the citizens, Militia, on this fine day?
I was gonna say it must be spring, but not necessarily. Swallows go up everywhere, and it's the opposite in the countries that in my country when there's swallows it's spring because they are migratory birds and they show up at spring and then leave at the end of summer, but they're not very active in the summer. So can I get your sandwich? I'm sorry, officer, but I really don't share food, he says, nodding Nothing personal, it's just a principle. Please, can I just have a bite? I think I did that. Whoa, he didn't let me? What? Okay, well, I'll read to you what just happened. I thought I had seen this. I'm sorry, officer, but I really don't share food. Nothing personal. It's just a principle. The only one you have, says Rene. Please, man, I say, can I just have a bite? Believe me, officer, I wish I could help you, but I need this sandwich to keep my blood sugar stable. He's squirming, avoiding your gaze. In my age, you need to pay attention to these things. Please, friend, let's just share it. And he says, fuck off, it's mine. He jerks away, immediately startled by his reaction. Sorry, officer, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it in a bad way, he continues cautiously. But the sandwich is mine. I'm not gonna share it. Yeah. When the dissidents come to rape our country, says Rene. He hides. But he says of the other one. But try to get a bite of his dear sandwiches and get claws. You're a special kind of vermin, Gaston. Well, I guess I'm not gonna do that. I guess I'm just not gonna check the thing, I suppose. Well. That's because I don't want to use that for right now. There's a way to get there. Oh, we're down here. Good. What do we have over here? To roundabout north. And to Cape Side Apartments. Martinez Pier. And we have a thing that looks out into the ocean over here. But it costs money. This coin-operated viewer is facing south. The instruction manual says to insert 25 centimes, which is an interesting term. It's not cents, but it is closer to what I call it in Portuguese of the European cents, which the euro cents. I mean, we call it cêntimos, which is anyway. And pull the. I suppose that's because it's real, so it would be centons or something. I don't know. And pull the handle while looking inside. They then use the focus knob to zoom in if necessary. Let's do it. Your money disappears into the coin slot. A clunk, the ring of metal. Pull the handle and look inside. The curtains on the display open. You lean in to catch the view. It's blurry, different blues and greens. In the middle of the shimmer stands a drab gray shape like a ghost. I'm gonna turn the knob to focus our vision. The lenses shift. The ghost sharpens into an islet in the bay. In the ruins, a man-made structure is visible. A half-sunken sea fort. Its concrete almost reconquered by nature. It looks as if it was abandoned quite some time ago. Nothing but a rotten tooth remains of the anti-aircraft tower. A lonely birch tree grows out of it. Its leaves ripped from it by the winter wind. Apparently that's my empathy that requires to know that. Hang in there, little one. That's trees do that. They're actually dead. What's the opposite? There's evergreen trees, and then there's the other term that I don't know. The trees that lose their leaves in the winter, they're actually dead. They're biologically dead. And if you root them, if you take their roots out and you put them elsewhere, they'll work normally. They don't know anything. They're trees, but there's no chemical reactions in there. And I always figured there were chemical reactions, but no, that plants just don't work like animals do. They come back to life because that's how trees work. It's kind of a phenomenal thing, really. But anyway, that's those trees. The little brave birch tree seems to have to wave back in the wind. So there are ruins of some kind of building there. Really? Asks Kim. I don't have the eyesight to make it out. The lieutenant takes his glasses off and cleans them. I wonder how these work. I've seen these, but I've never used them. If you had a bag in your hand, perhaps you collect these bottles and sell them. Well, I don't have a bag in my hand. Didn't I find a bag before? I don't think I did. But that's a good idea. I can do that, and I can make money out of that. The ad reads, broken window. Tibbs has windows. Oh. And I'm going to need to operate this one, ain't I? Oh! This coin-operated viewer is facing southwest. Its coin slot is full of fossilized bubblegum. That's not what fossilized means, but I suppose we're not being serious here. Rendering the machine permanently inaccessible. Can I look inside? A thick layer of graffiti, I suppose, because that would be the opposite, or the plural, rather, covers the senses, or the lenses. You spell out the word onuk written on the other side with an N and C scribbled backwards. So it would be right. What? That's Kuno. That's Kuno. Dang it. I'm going to shift my focus to the background. Under the graffiti, I suppose, a sea of blues and grays appears. Behind the water lies a coast studded with concrete and reeds. On it, a church on stilts, lanky, weather-worn wooden planks, and an X-shaped cross. Also a cross-shaped cross, topping its tower. I suppose... What? Okay. There's some people that read that as cross-shaped. And I suppose it's more cultural than actually, depending on the language. Because I know it happens in Portuguese as well. For some people do that, and other people don't. And in English as well, so it's got to be like a personal choice, like a religion or something. The church looks old and weather-worn. There are no lights in the windows. Around the large wooden building, you see chunks of sea ice gathered on the beach, and a small tent set up on the ice. Vandalism, I'm going to shake my head. Probably some kids. Yeah, it was Kuno, don't worry. The lieutenant inspects the rigged slot. Yeah. Okay, let's go down here. Let's have a chat with this gentleman over here. I think I see a bag. I'll take that bag. Oh, it's from Frite. Oh, dang it. Wait. I actually need to have it at hand? Oh, and it changes... Nice. A plastic tear. Wait. Oh, because there's different types of tear. Is it in the bag? Equip this to collect tear from the streets. But I don't gain money. Oh! Wait. Oh, there it is. It contains things. That's really cool. Oh, that's really cool. I'm gonna be able to make money. Oh. Did I not get that? Oh, that one is different. It had multiples, maybe. What? I've been wasting money all along. Ah, dang it. Oh, this is terrible. I wonder if it fills up. Let's go down there. Yeah, I've been exploring the whole place. Oh, there's more. Oh, do they spawn? How expensive are they? I think I just saw. Yeah, there it is. You hear the distant squall of seabirds. Yeah. Listen, boy. I don't start trouble. I fix it. Yeah. So if I zoom out, it's kind of tricky to spot all the different places. There's a take all button as well that I... all the different places. All the different... it's hard to spot the bits on the floor. People just leave their junk lying around. I mean, I need to get into habit of take all. That's the one. I like the sounds. They're very Neo Scavenger sound like. Love it. Oh, wait. Oh, that's where the car went. Oh, I probably should go up there then. On our way back. Because we're going to the Frite place. And, holy crap, that's a treasure trove over there. Maybe I'm gonna be able to... What was the... I forget the things I wanted to buy. The sneakers? Was it the sneakers? No, it was the speakers. I forget all the things. Dang it. Oh well. See? There's an order to do this. You get that early. Hey, what's up? Oh, I can talk to you. No, not that. I need the fallen sneakers. Yeah, so I need 50 for that. Maybe it was a Frite. What do we have over here?
You like sunglasses, officer? I've got the latest styles right here.
The vendor takes a pair of sunglasses and sticks them under your nose. There's a pile of cheap sunglasses in a small box, a variety of shapes and colors. I'm gonna try the shades on. Abort! These are hideous! What's more, they don't even fit your face. You can feel them pinching your nose and chafing against your brow. Damn, officer! You look like a mega secret spy. Very secret. The man nods eagerly. They're practically made for you. I'll let you have them for $2.50. It's going to be very difficult for anyone to take you seriously with these things on your face. No, the lieutenant gently removes the glasses from your face, setting you free again. You're definitely not buying those. You're right. I'm too sensible for those things. Are you sure? But they look so good on you. The street vendor frowns. You should think this through, officer. I'm gonna rummage through the box. These are all boring. Boring third-rate ho-hum sunglasses made of cheap ceramic plastic. The kind of plastic that melts in the sun. Those UV stickers are almost certainly just there for show. If anything, these lenses probably direct more UV light into your pupils, a UV magnifier. Those are actually true. There's sunglasses that are more harmful to your eyes than... Well, anything that doesn't protect against UV is more harmful to your eyes. It doesn't need to be sunglasses. Because the point of a sunglass... Well, specifically of a sunglass is to protect you from UV light. But there's also a glass that makes you not receive as much light in general, or as much, I suppose, visible light, which would be just tinted shades. And the problem with the tinted shades that don't protect against UV is that your eyes will be more open because your eyes don't see as much light. But UV is not visible light, so it will damage your eyes anyway. So because they don't see as much light, they will open, your pupils will open, and that's why it's dangerous to use bad sunglasses. Don't do that. But do use sunglasses though. It's important. It's not. Don't think of it as just a fancy thing. If you are, it's an important thing. Just yeah. Anyway, try again. Maybe you can find some interesting sunglasses in there. It's just about conceptualization. Nope, no luck. All you find is this lime-colored cellophane visor produced by a bargain sportswear brand called Amphibian, or Amphibian, apparently. There's a malformed green frog on it, on its bent cap. Oh, that visor is perfect for you, officer. It'll definitely keep the sun out of your eyes while you're shooting criminals. The street vendor makes a bang-bang sound. And all for mere 6 real. Kim, are firefights something we should be prepared for? I hope not, he says, looking up from his browsing. You don't like it? Sure, Square Jaw, no problem. Let's get you some real shades. No. I can take the shades. It decreases my logic, but increases my electromagnetism. This increases my perception. I do want those amphibian ones then. They look that looks hideous. I'm not even sure what that is. A sports visor. What the heck is that? Also, why do I have? Oh, because of the things I'm picking up. Yeah, I don't know what a sports visor is. I guess we'll find out, because that's the thing that I can buy. Oh, I remember what I needed to buy. I think it was at Frite. There was something. Something in the back. I'll recognize it when I see it. Don't worry about it. But yeah, it was like 4 real or something. 5 or something. Let's see how much we are gaining from this. Did I talk to you? Man mutters to himself, accenting the beats as he goes. A simple little cadence. He seems to be making it up as he goes.
From another planet. Hey there.
Hey, I was just, what's going on here?
It's the jam, my man.
He motions towards the sprawl of lorries with a sweeping gesture. What's the jam?
It's a traffic jam for the ages. Harbor gates up the street are shut tight. No explanation given. Workers on strike, scabs agitating, and all around clusterfuck. Meanwhile, we're all stuck here in long-haul limbo for days upon days upon days. Upon days.
Limbo, huh? So that's where I am?
Yeah, exactly.
It's official. He too agrees. This is the antechamber of the afterlife. Shut up. Although, probably not. So how long have you been here?
Feels near forever. Like I was born on this here roundabout and this was all I ever knew. Just me and the metal and the tires, the oil and the fumes of mazout.
Extravagantly phrased, but I can roll with it.
Yeah, imagine. It's been a whole week already.
He snickers. Behind the laugh, however, a touch of sorrow.
So tell me, what do you need?
Well, know anything about the dead man? The one hanging behind the hostel there? He ain't one of... Oh, he says. He ain't one of us, driver. I know that. All accounted for. Otherwise, I haven't really asked about that. Been wasting time right here. Keep him busy. It's easy to see he's telling the truth. He's, the drama notices. He's, kept his nose out of the dark stuff. Busy with what? Analyzing the fundamental structure of, psychological conditions of being stranded in the midst of a sea of motor lorries and their sad, despondent chauffeurs. And your conclusion? A sense of surprise. There ain't more bodies hanging from more trees. Yeah, tell me about this strike. It's like Whatever's going on over at the docks, workers got a blockade set up, making demands, no way in or out. And what's the union demanding? Some pretty wild stuff, I hear, like a giant new power crane and half the company? I forget what exactly. Good on them, I guess. I've heard that talk there's a company rep in town too, like a strike negotiator type. They'd know what's up, precise demands and so on. Ah, yes, says Kim. From the Wild Pines. He takes a note. We'll meet her soon enough, I'm sure. I mean, we've spent all day going around. I'm not sure about... This worries me so much. Because I love it that it's real time. But it worries me a lot. So what do you think the company wants? Oh, they want to keep the money flowing in, my man. He makes a ka-ching sound. Which is a fantastic sound to make. Anything else I should know? Anything else? Yeah. This ain't really my area of expertise. I just do my job and get paid. I have things to do and places to be. All of us do. All of whom? Us lorry drivers. Camignons. It's a fantastic word. I didn't know French had that word. Because it's so close to the one in Portuguese, which is just a weird word in and of itself. Anyway, it's people who drive trucks, by the way. He says, a few still hang around here waiting for this mess to end. Most have scurried off somewhere to get drunk or high or laid. He smiles awkwardly. Not that I blame him, really. Not you? I was gonna say you don't get laid. No, that's not what he's saying, or that's not my question. Not you. He didn't scurry off. Not my thing. Chasing transient pleasures is a drag these days. I prefer to the examined life now. Thinking, reflecting, observing. Well, one would say that maybe that's a transient pleasure in and of itself. Maybe the transiest of them all. Because there's no tangible result. I mean, at least if you get drunk, there's plenty of broken windows. And the other thing that I broke, I don't remember. And also lost socks. I don't have socks. He glances down at the road towards the horizon, a glint of something in his eyes. He tries his best to look nonchalant, but there's a rigidity in him, as if trying to conceal something warm and deep beneath the cool exterior. A formidable empathy check over here. I can't access my inventory from here, which is a shame. What do you see in his eyes? I'm gonna ask myself. Oh yeah, we succeeded at 43%. That feels like sex. In his eyes, our empathy asks, a half-familiar longing, flecks of brown and gold. Familiar? How? It's hard to say. His gaze wanders southwest, down the street that goes beyond the horizon. Was he a cop? I've been looking at his tattoos there. They remind me of race car stripes. The Castrol painted race car stripes. It's hard to say. So, what's in the southwest, I'm gonna ask. Excuse me? He emerges from the reverie. A flinch jolts his frame. The question has touched a nerve. I'm trying to read into why the empathy check was formidable. I'm trying to figure out why it would be formidable. He's not apprehensive or anything. At least he doesn't come across as that, I don't think. That's gotta be this one. Hell, I get longing. I've felt something similar since I woke up. Man, he sighs. I don't know what to say. Not much anyone can do. There's no helping an absence, you know. I miss my family. They're all I have. My wife, a second kid on the way, waiting all the way in De Hora. And here I am, stuck in this shit, so far from home. De Hora? De Hora of the Seven Seas. It's on the other end of Le Colon. Kelu? That's how it's pronounced, I think. Pretty much on another island called Laurentine, off mainland. We've got a little place there. I can almost hear my kid laugh when it snows. I suppose kid laughing at the snow, I suppose, or do you hear it? Do you hear the kid specifically when it snows? Anyway, what's it like to miss someone? What's it like? Good. And bad? An ache that brings you joy. He smiles warmly. I think of them a lot. I dream up these silly scenarios in great detail of living with them, and it comforts me. I wonder if this is correct translation here. I wonder. So there's this word that us Portuguese, I've been talking about my language a lot today. There's this word that us Portuguese sometimes say is unique to our language. There's a lot of words that are unique to languages. It's not like, I mean, it's just a thing Portuguese people say to fool themselves. The word is saudade, and it's closely related to a pretty common traditional type of music that we have called fado, which just means fate. It's just a fancy word for fate in Portuguese. Anyway, the point is, so that means to miss somebody, and or to miss someone, or to miss somewhere, or to miss it's just a sense of longing. It's not really difficult to explain because it's just sort of up to everybody to have their own type of longing. The problem is that if you translate it to other languages, you do need to specify, sometimes, depending on the language. And English specifically, if you translate that feeling of longing to English, you need to specify what type of longing it is, because you can be longing, which is what he's saying. And I think this should have been what's it like to long for someone, or to pine for someone. Pining is a different thing as well, but it isn't really saudade. That wouldn't be the same thing. But it can also be when somebody dies or something that cannot be recovered. You can still have saudade of them. You can still miss them. And here, when he says, "What's it like to miss someone?" and he says "good" immediately, which is certainly not what you'd think from the English understanding of what to miss means. But I wonder if Estonian, I think, is the mother tongue of the writers. I wonder if Estonian has a similar word to saudade in Portuguese, because that would fit. And the whole conversation, from a cultural standpoint, would fit as well, the whole word of saudade, which is interesting. But yeah, he's referring to somebody who's still alive, and and it's an interesting question, because I don't think this is a normal attitude. I say normal, a common attitude to have for English speakers regarding the feeling of missing someone. But I think that could be fixed, or that could be recontextualized, I suppose, if my question was a little bit less about the missing. There's a pause and a sigh, he says, and then he turns his eyes to you. What about you, cop man? You missing someone? Yeah, I am. I'm missing time, so we can't continue because we're out of time for the day. So for right now, I'm Colonel RPG, and this has been Disco Elysium. I really hope you've enjoyed it, and if you did, go ahead and leave a comment, like the video if you want to see the next episode come out sooner rather than later, but above all, thank you so much for watching, and I hope I'll see you next episode. Bye-bye.